Okay, you're welcome back. This Heroic Academy. So I'm about to edit the website, a web project of one of my students ahead of our front end competition. Okay, so this is a web project built by Epiphanian Chinecherem. Okay, she was creating a Heroic Academy website. So she was imitating Heroic Academy website. Let's see our Academy website first. So let's compare it to what she was able to come up with. So this Heroic Academy. Okay. This Heroic Academy. Let's see hers. Great. So you see, she did a good job. I'm quite impressed by her work. Quite impressed. Okay, quite impressed. Looking at her work, looks nice. She tried so much. Quite impressed. Yeah, quite impressed. Okay. Awesome. Okay, that's great. Let me make a few corrections here, but she actually tried. Yeah. Even though there are some challenges, she was discussing with me, which we are going to solve much later. Okay, let's start from the top here. First and foremost, no padding here. If you check my academy, if you check Heroic Academy site, so we have a little bit of a padding, a little bit. Okay, she tried to maintain this, but there's a padding here. Let me check again. So no padding at all. That's the issue. She's supposed to have a little bit of a padding. There's another issue here. So this place is supposed to be an input where someone is going to type something. See this one? I can type something here. Now let's see if I want to search for HTML. I'll type HTML. Do you see? It will show all HTML courses. Then I will now click on any one I need. If I want to search for Python now, I'll search for Python. So you see all Python courses. All courses that has Python in it. You get that? So that's how it is. But her own, what she did, Chinecherem, what you did is you just created a box and style it to look like mine. Okay, but you didn't notice that this is actually an input where someone can type something. Okay, and I didn't see this icon in yours. Alright, so then coming to button, there's one thing I want you guys to know about button. Whenever you want to build a web application, try to create a button that you can use for all that you can use in everywhere in your project. Just build a sample button. Okay, style that button to suit how you want it to look. Okay, for example, now if you want your button to look like this, so you make sure that everywhere a button appears. It is normally what you do is you build a button, have a button that will be, it will have maybe a certain color. I normally call it a open button and close button. But what I mean is, like, you have your brand color. For example, this is the brand color of Chinecherem, black and this orange. Now, if I'm the one building this project, what I will do is, for this button, I will use this color she used. Okay, but you see this outline, I will remove the outline. So there won't be outline like this. The outline will go. I will give it a bit of curve without outline. Okay, good. Now you have another button that will look like this too, but that one will be open button. That is, it won't have background, so the background will be none, just background none. Okay, but it will have outline that will have this color, and text will also have this color. Text will have this orange color. Outline will have orange color, so that one will be open, this one will be closed. But so you can use just like this one. You want to imitate here. This is what you're actually doing. This is what you want to do. You want to create a button that will have empty, that won't have a color, a background. But if you watch, you see your own still has background. It has gray background. And what you did, maybe you wanted to remove a background, you use background color none. If you use background color none, it will show like this. If you want to actually remove background entirely, use background. Instead of using background color, use background none in your CSS. Don't use background color none, use background none, so it will remove background entirely. Do you understand? But then once it removes background, it will now assume the background of the object, of the element where you place it. For example, this element is white background, so when you place this button here, the background will be white, so that this color will project well. Okay, so that is it. So if you did it that way, then you see that you have two different buttons. You can use this button. When you come here now, what you have to do is that one button here will look like this. The other button will look like the open. The one will be open, one will be closed. So instead of using different styling of button, though your own is not bad, I think you tried. So this one and this one, this one, the way this one is exactly the way this one is, right? Okay, you got it. Okay, you actually did a good job in the button. Your button is not bad. It's not bad at all. Just generally, you impressed me. You impressed me. So it shows that you are gradually mastering the front end. You are gradually mastering the CSS, how to use HTML and CSS to create nice application. You are mastering it, but the challenge you have, like you confided in me, is when you click on add to cart, nothing happens. Yeah, nothing happens. I understand. We are going to look at that much later. Okay, and again, you've now worked on details page. Like when you click on it, moves to details page. So I think you still need a lot of work to do there. After the competition, because this is not what I'm going to tackle within the time of this competition. After this competition, we now take our time to work on it together, so that you get it tackled, right? The important thing, my joy here, is that you were able to get something that look appealing. Okay, it doesn't look bad. This is quite good. Okay, even though you still have some work to do, like you need to give padding here a little bit, padding here a little bit, then every other ones are okay. Maybe you can remove this background if you want to, so it will be white background with button. Okay, then this you've now worked on frequently asked questions. So if you go to my academy now, you see the frequently asked question. Let's come down to this. Is it, frequently asked questions. So got a lot of work to do here. So I know in this academy there are lots of things to do. I understand that it's going to be quite challenging to do all. You mustn't do everything here, you understand, but just know that the more you can do, as you're working, you are learning. As you're working, you are learning, and you're perfecting your skill. But I must say, this is not bad. This is not bad. You continue to do like this, then you do well. Then coming down to the footer. Do you see that this is not perfect circle? Probably you use flex, and you want it to, when this is if this is a flex item, for example, if you use width in a flex item, it doesn't sometimes respond to it. Instead of using width, you use flex basis. Instead of using width, use flex basis in place of width, so that if you are giving it 40 pixel width, then what you do is flex basis 40 pixel, then height 40 pixels, so it will be square. Then you now give it border radius 50% to make it circle. If you do it that way, it will not be the way it is now, it will be a perfect circle. It's supposed to be a perfect circle, not ellipse, the way it is. Okay, so that said, there's one more thing I'm supposed to say, but not in your own. Your own is okay. Before the other site, other website I've edited, I edited before yours. I did not do that, and I think let me use this opportunity to see if I can go back to maybe one of them. That's the issue of the image quality. The image quality. Embassy. Let me open a Embassy's project. The image quality. I didn't emphasize on it, and it's very important that I did the emphasis. So I don't want to make a different video to emphasize it. Let me just quickly use this opportunity to emphasize it. Now look at this image. Now this image, the quality of this image is bad. Do you see? We are seeing pixels around this image. Please be very conscious of the image you are using. Remember, all my students, this is for all my students. Conscious of the image you are using. If you want to download the image on Google, please, let's say go to Google. Maybe you want to download secondary school student, for example, secondary school student. If you come here now, if you want to download, let's say go to images. Okay, let's say you want to download this one now, or this one. Make sure you open it. When you open it, you wait for it to load. After loading, do you see it are now appearing better, beautiful now? Then you can now save as. And when you save it, before you use it, check the quality again to make sure. If it's not okay, you leave it, go to another image. You must get like this one is too small. It will not look good. Look for bigger images that will appear well. Okay, so do you see this one? So if you download this one, it will be neat and good. Okay, always wait until after loading. Then after loading, now if you now right click on save as, then you download. If you download it now, the image will be neat and good. Check it, make sure that it's not blurred. Like if your image is blurred, do not use it. It will not look professional. Make sure that the image is not blurred before using it. Okay, so I believe I'm making sense. So that's, by the way, this is not just for this is not for Epiphany, because she did, her images are nice, so she does not have any challenge with images are quite impressive. Okay, now let me quickly check the responsiveness of your work. Let's see. Responsive design. Unfortunately, you've not worked on the responsiveness. You've not been able to make it responsive. Anyway, you use it the way it is now in the competition, but after this competition you try to work on the responsiveness, because if you're able to make it responsive, that will show me that surely you've improved. Okay, because that's one tasking area in programming too. Okay, it's quite tasking. You need to be careful to do it well. Okay, so I want challenges. You need to encounter challenges, solve challenges, and learn from it. Okay, so that's, by the way. Thank you so much.